Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to some Endless Legend. So, this is a game that I said I wasn't really going to play much on my channel. I do play it, but I haven't been putting up videos of it because I'm not very good at it. But there's a friend of mine who streams and has been streaming this. I'll put a link to his channel, or whatever, I'm not sure what you call a Twitch thing. His Twitch thing in the description below, but for now, all you need to know is that I'm trying to get a little bit better at this game, so that I can go ahead and play well without embarrassing myself too badly. But there's a lot of stuff that I have to learn, and I'm trying to learn how to use this faction in particular. One of the things I'm just learning how to do here is scouting a little bit better to look for a good starting zone. So this place where I am right now is not the worst. There is this stupid little temple ruins that's sort of in the way of the better spots, but I could build somewhere like here, potentially, get access to that. You can actually build city tiles over the titanium deposit, so that could be okay. What we might want to do is just explore around this way a tiny bit. Okay, I could go one further if I went there, but can I get around? No, this is the fastest way. And there is a river over there, though. Now, it is a good idea to try and build relatively close to rivers if you can. This would arc to here, which would get 2 tiles of river into my city border with a second expansion. You want to build Ardent Mages cities in circles, and that would also get that harbor there. So this is actually a decent enough place to start my city. So we're going to have a little bit of food output, we're going to have good science output, and we're going to have really good production output to start off with. Once we build on top of this titanium deposit, we'll gain access to a pretty good amount of dust as well. But for now, we have like no dust in our starting zone. We're going to go ahead and let our people start off by developing food. Now, we have gained a little bit of line of sight, and we do see some of these here. We're going to gain access to those resources once we hook around, but we could actually speed up that process by coming in from the left, I think. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we might want to start building along this left side and use this river instead. We've got a lot of nice river tiles that we gain access to for this particular starting point. River tiles are bonuses, and you can, as you can see, they provide a little bit more. Normally a city tile or a tile only produces 3 resources, unless it's an anomaly like this over here, but a river tile always adds 1 extra food, so this is a fairly good place to start off. We're going to go ahead and assign our hero to this place. We want to get that science going as fast as possible, and that's what our hero is good at doing. We're going to research Language Square, because I know that that is our particular quest line, and we're going to go ahead and use my racial special ability, the Pillar of Knowledge. We're going to go ahead and just drop one. If we're going to start by building our first city borough here, I'm going to get in the habit of putting these here, because we're going to be building around in a circle around it. And that way we can maximize the use of this. But this increases the science production output of all the tiles around it. You do eventually learn how to use other types, but for now that is going to be fine. And that's our village for this place. So let's go ahead and hit end turn. So you can see it's only going to take us 2 turns to learn how to use the language square. We're going to want to finish that quest up as soon as is possible. And we'll get wine once we've parleyed with those villages. Now, we don't have the complete overview of this region that we started in, but we've got excuse me, a pretty good view of it. And we can be pretty sure that we've gotten the optimal sort of starting location for, you know, without having to... We haven't had to do anything too dramatic to get here, so we haven't wasted a lot of time walking across the map to get here. So, let's go ahead and hit end turn again. We're only making 1 dust a turn, which is really bad, so we're going to go ahead and research the mint next, which produces money. Now, this is a good building no matter what you're doing, but Aquapulvisix is also one that we're going to want to research. It's just less useful now since we only have 1 river tile in our current borders. We're going to expand that, of course, and end up with more, but let's see if we can shuffle this around as well. No, that drops our new citizen time to 2. But we can start interacting with these NPCs. So we're going to parlay with them. Okay, this needs too much resources, so we're not going to actually accomplish that quest. But it's still a good idea to unlock it. We can see that there's a faint sparkle over here, so it's worth going this way, parlaying with these guys. And that has finished that quest. And they want 10 titanium. So that is a relatively easy quest by contrast. Looks like we can see more borders up there for other factions. And looks like we have to get up there with one of our armies, so we're going to beeline somebody up there pretty soon. We're going to want to actually move our armies back together fairly soon. I don't want any of these units getting picked off by random marauding armies, which are actually quite common, so. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Now, I am playing this on serious difficulty, which is the 3rd hardest difficulty, so not too hard. Hopefully not too easy, but I'm suspecting it is going to actually be a little bit too hard. Oh, crap. Okay, my pathing there was terrible, but that was my choice of direction. Let's see here. So we've got Empire Mint. Our research, as you can see, is ridiculously fast. We're going to retreat these units here. That's going to halve the health of this unit. Like I said, I want to get these guys back into my borders. Now they can no longer convince me to fight them without declaring war on me, which they are not likely to do at this phase of the game, because they probably don't have enough diplomatic points here. And that is this production of whatever that's called. I don't know what that's called. Influence, I think, is what it's called. Alright, so we've got our next production up. I could start researching how to make titanium. That could be a very good idea, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We don't seem to have any luxury commodities in our territory until we check to the right there, so we're going to have to do that. Alright. And let's go ahead and join our armies up while we're on the way. Might as well do it this way. Alright. Research, a real strong point for this faction. They do an exceptional job getting their research up. Yeah, those guys got wiped out. I don't really care. I didn't plan on getting them, so that's perfectly fine by me. Looks like there's still no natural resources here. We do get those units for completing that quest, though. Let's see where these ruins are that they're indicating. Up to the north. That's pretty close by. A little bit more dust. Let's queue up the Empire Mint, which is the lovely next building that we're going to be getting here. And looks like... Do I want to... Yeah, I want to go straight for the quest building, I think. We'll get this one on the way back. What was the quest I had to do for these guys? I forget. 10 titanium, right. So that was a good reason to actually produce that. I'm not going to be able to actually do intellectual curiosity for quite some time, so we're not going to worry about that. But we finally got our first building finished, Founders Memorial, and that is going to be quite good for us. We've got a population of 2 now. We want to bring that up quickly. And let's head over this way. New minor faction. Looks like we're going to have to go up this way from the look of things. Dye deposit, plus 50% influence on cities. And this place actually has glass steel. It has a very nice anomaly here, the spiral rock. It doesn't seem to be too close to this oasis over here, but we could definitely try to grab a tile that would get both relatively quickly. And there is more river over there, but the river is too far away from anything useful. So this could be a useful expansion place. I would like it, especially if there was extra hernas over there, or whatever they're called. We're going to get Aquapol... Actually, no, we're going to go ahead and get Arteshi Zealots. Did we actually pick up any? No, we didn't. So we want to get those started relatively sooner. We could get quite a bit more science if we expanded our tiles over by 1, so we might do that soon, but I also want to get a relatively fast expansion going in this particular playthrough. This place is quite large. Okay, we've got that. We've been ambushed, which is what tends to happen, and we've met the roving clans. The roving clans are interesting because they cannot declare war on me, so I don't have to worry about them or anything that they might plan on doing. We're just going to have our guys just pile on top of this Centaur Minotaur over here. He's going to attack all three of these guys in a line. I forgot that these guys probably have a line attack. Actually, no, these guys don't have a line attack. I'm thinking about something else. They all look the same to me, all these big, beefy things. They technically count as cavalry, which means they have a bonus against ranged units, if I recall correctly. I think I do. But they should be taken out. This one should be taken out pretty easily by the 4 Tilsum Warlocks. Tilsum Warlocks are pretty good units. They hit really hard, but they have low defensive values, so they tend to die quite quickly. Okay, so we've completed that quest. And we've gotten quite a few luxury goods from all of these different searches, so we're going to look into our tab here and see what we want to activate. We don't have any trade routes. We don't need the happiness boost right now. The influence right now is a good thing, so we're going to go ahead and increase our influence so that we can use more of those actions sooner. And it looks like... What do we want? Do we want the titanium? Yeah, we want the titanium next so that we can try and pacify these guys over here. Who the hell already settled here? Someone already settled, like, right beside me. It is a little bit stressing that they're able to expand this quickly. The AI on Sirius and harder expands relentlessly and ridiculously. Okay, so we've explored out this entire area. This is a pretty interesting place. This also is an interesting area because I could try and get the influence on both this and on this rumbling stones over here. I'd probably start by playing it right here initially and then hooking around towards the rumbling stones, but that might leave us a little bit crowded. It might still be better to play it down here, but it's a little bit harder. Anyway, we'll continue on exploring. It looks like there might be just 2 villages here. But 2 isn't too bad. There might be a third one down in the corner over there. Okay, that's a dervish with no hero assigned. We might want to kill it, but we probably aren't going to be able to. They'll probably run away. We'll redo our Pillar of Knowledge. We'll go ahead and look for more things to get here. At this point in time, Aquapulvisics makes sense for me to get since I'm going to be doing an expansion pretty soon. We'll go ahead and start thinking about our settler after we've done everything else. That will stop our food production and our city growth, but that's okay because we don't need that badly. We're going to be able to keep down the cost of our next citizen if we do that sooner. Now, I could kill these guys, but it doesn't seem like that would benefit me a whole lot at this exact instance here. So we're going to go ahead and head down here and hope that we see a little bit more of something down here. Now the problem with this area I'm noticing is that there's literally no food here. Drakenlings, those guys, they don't have their hero assigned to there, so it's a little bit pointless to attack them. You can really slow a faction down by killing their hero. Especially one that can't retaliate by going to war with me. Don't put any influence into military. Okay, so I will definitely try to pacify those guys because that's going to be quite easy, but that's not going to be somewhere I'm going to be able to expand to, realistically. Okay, Titanium Extractor is now being worked on. We've got an Empire plan coming up soon, and my hero has got a level. We're going to make this a governor sort of character, so we're going to level up their science gain. Going to have Aquapulvisics done in 1 more turn, so that is quite good. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up this rune before we start sweeping south. Can pick up 2 of them, basically. And then we're going to check this province that's directly to our right. I think we might be near-ish to the coast. Alright, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and get the sewer system. Let's check also our main quest here. Oh, Endigir. We need to find a village from there. Okay, so that was this village. Shoot. Okay, well, we'll do that after we've gotten these things. I don't really need to have rushed that anyway. Okay, glass steel, that's okay. And we've got armies expanding all over the place here. We're going to want to build up our armed forces pretty soon, but, I mean, especially because we've now got NPC mobs roaming around the map. Okay, let's get to here. Parlay with them, see what they want. They want us to colonize the region. That always has a follow-up after that, but that's fine. Okay, so hopefully we can kill this encounter up here before that roving band down here does anything too annoying, but those guys are quite weak, so... Okay, these guys are indifferent to us. They're just basically saying that we're nice people. It's part of diplomacy, apparently. Okay, and this is going to be an ambush with 3 Minotaurs, which is actually quite a difficult encounter. They are going to get to go first against us. They have Cavalry Slayer and Winter Immunity and a speed of 4, so... What we're going to do is just have our guys form a bit of a defensive line here. It doesn't really make a difference. But what we could actually try to do is get a little bit of high ground over them. So our former position actually was pretty good. We're going to go ahead and use this high ground to our advantage here. And this way we have a slight edge against them. Since they'll go first, they'll get into melee, and then we'll hopefully kill them. Yeah, so we got that plus arrow over the swords. That means that we've got a bit of an edge because we've got the high ground advantage. Now they're going to focus all their fire on this one unit of Telsum Warlocks. It's pretty much dead, but you know, not much we can do about that. As you can see, they can only counterattack once per turn. It looks like one of their guys isn't even going to be able to attack this turn, so we're going to be able to attack at least 4 times. We might end up actually attacking it with his unit in the corner here, so that would be quite bad, but looks like we've already taken one down. Let's see if we can't... Yeah, we did. Okay, so this unit's going to get charged by this last remaining one and get killed, but maybe if we're lucky it's going to get the penalty and miss. It does happen. No, it did kill my guys. That's a shame. Still, 1 out of 4 of them. That isn't too bad, so I can live with that. Hopefully it was one of the ones that we can't upgrade. You can't upgrade the ones that you get for free from mission quests, so they're worth a lot less than normal ones. Alright, nope, that was one of our good ones. That is a tremendous shame. Okay, so we now have to pacify 5 villages in our empire, so we're going to want to find some place to expand quite quickly. Let's try and get these guys back to our capital here. And we're just growing our population here quite quickly. Oops. Those guys should have automatically gone here anyway, but... Alright, so we just need to hunt down and kill that group of wandering monsters that were in our territory. Hopefully we'll find some interesting stuff along the way, but we'll see. I am going to probably need the mercenary camp. I only need 1 more upgrade before I go into the next era. For now, I'm going to make it open pit mines. The thing with this faction is that I often can't actually afford heroes with them. The reason for that is that they spend all their money on these stupid totems that are giving them their huge advantage. So it's a huge advantage, but like they're still stupid. But I spend all my money on those, so I don't end up getting any of the benefits that I would normally be relying on. We're building a settler right now, so we're going to move everybody into production. We can't produce food right now anyway, so there's no point in continuing along with production. Or sorry, with food. And we're going to lose population for doing this, but that is okay. Alright, so it's an empire plan now. We've got 41, so we can afford to do both plans. Going to go ahead and do that. And we should be able to quite easily kill these little Noli things here. And we're ready to fight them. Alright, so these guys, if I recall, are a ranged combatants, so we are going to want to just beat the ever-loving heck out of them. Now, it doesn't matter if they try to use counterattack, because they don't use... Yeah, these guys don't have a counterattack. They just attack automatically. They don't have to worry about the counterattack thing. Okay, so we do good damage to them since they are ranged. They're very short range for a ranged unit, it looks like, so that can work to our advantage to a degree. And it looks like we shouldn't have too much problems beating them up. They decided not to shoot my infantry here because they're trying to aim for my hero. For some reason, they're doing the really try hard thing and going for my hero without aiming at all for my guys, even if they're in range. So that is something that happens. They're attacking nothing again. Okay, well, whatever. It's your funerals, buddies. Now, these guys are extremely weak, so this is not actually that difficult an encounter. But we are taking some bumps. Does get to counter twice, so it's a very irritating unit if you've got very light units like mine, because now I have to spend quite some time healing, but that shouldn't be a big problem or anything. Alright, and that's given us exploration of our entire region here, so that is one positive. And we cannot move any further today, but we can continue our scouting a little bit the next. Okay, our pillar has ended. Okay, we have convinced those guys that we're good guys because we did not put any of our priority into military. So that lets us potentially get them as a group of ours, but let's see how things go here. I need to just continue on pushing forward through this forest here, which is quite irritating. But it looks like there might be some good tiles around here at any rate. Okay. So we might just start expanding to our southeast. It seems like it's a safe expansion zone. But we need to find 5 pacifiable villages. There's one. Doesn't have to all be in one city, of course. Let's see what they want. This might be... Yeah, these are the Kazanji. These guys are dangerous. Yeah, I need 3 minor faction units. That is probably not going to happen. Let's check down here next. We've hit the next age and our settler finished. Okay. Fantastic. Get a little pop-up there. Age of Glory. And our settler is finished. So let's go ahead and get this guy formed up in a new army. Brand new army consisting of just him. And all he is a settler, so I can't really say this is an army. Speaking of army, I kind of want to get some going soon, but yeah, let's go ahead and get some army going here. We'll go ahead and move some of these guys back into food production since we need to get our population back up. Oh, and our science. We are now into the next era. I might not get the mercenary market just because it's so awkward with these guys to use. You never end up having enough money for it. What I am going to get is the public granary right away. I missed seed storage because I am so fast at research that I can get there without having to get the intervening tech, the initial tech. So that's one of the benefits of high science. Of course, we haven't actually got everything built either, so... Okay, so this place also looks pretty promising. Sign a peace treaty within the next 10 turns. I'm not going to be able to do that, I don't think. Okay, so what would I need to do that? I would have to get diplomatic mats, and that would let me get an actual peace treaty. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to get those guys for free, so I'm going to have to do the other way of doing this. What do I even get for this? 160 dust is quite a lot of dust, though, but that doesn't really help, because I still can't do it. There's a garden down here, a botanical garden, which is an amazing tile to have. But let's ignore that for a little while. Takes 7 more turns before these guys finish their Ateshi Zealot here. Or sorry, their next population growth. I could try to do this. That would give me a decent spread of new resources, including a bit of food, which is what we're sort of really short on. I'll wait until we have enough money to sort of buy it, I think. That might be the better plan here. So, when these guys can't be parlayed with easily, what you do is you just attack them with your military. And once you've done that, all you have to do is take it over by building over it. So, it's not too bad. There's gold here, so that's a pretty decent resource. And there's at least one other group. So, I'm just trying to think of where I want to settle this village, since I did have to take the time to research Acropulvisics. Settling right here might be a great spot because it lets me get over to the river. It would start me off with this botanical garden, and I could hook over towards this rumbling stones deposit. So this tile right below my army seems like a good spot. Let's go ahead and hit next turn. And we can pretty much afford the borough streets now. We'll let our guys continue on. I don't want to spend the full price on it, so I'm going to wait until we can get some research into it. And that will help us out just a little bit. Okay, so we won't get to the rumbling stones for quite some time with the build path that I have planned out, but you know what? That is perfectly acceptable. Actually, no, we could go left first. Let's build here anyway. We'll go ahead and start off with the Empire Mint here, because we do want to make sure that we're keeping our gold relatively in check. We're going to move it over to population. We want that growing as fast as is possible. And we want to continue scouting out this little region here. There are 3 camps here, so that is very good for us. If I could get a diplomatic thing next, that actually is worth it. So we might go for the diplomatic manse. Try and rush that out. We have got more science now. So I've got... Let's see here. Make peace, not war. We've only got 8 turns to do it, so we have to research public granary and diplomatic manse within 8 turns. What we can do is really speed up this thing here. Okay, I hate mousing over this stupid thing. But I want to look how many turns are left on our totem here. You know what? We'll just have to wing it. We'll have to wing it. And let's even potentially see if we can't increase our research time so that we can get this down into 1. No, we can't. Okay, so we're going to keep doing that. But hopefully our research is going to reset soon, and if it does, we'll be able to put down 2 totems. It's much more efficient if you put down 2 totems at once rather than 1 at a time, so we're going to have to hope that we've got that going for us. Alright. Got a booster now. Gold can be activated, wine can be activated. Wine we're going to activate now because it will give us a bit of a boost to a bunch of different things. Gold, we don't really need that yet. We don't have that many expensive buildings. We're going to save that. We have got 2 gold deposits here, though, now that I look at it. 20 spices. Okay, well, we're also going to activate those spices. Those are amazing early game, because they're plus to food. They're one of the most sort of like important ones to note in the game. Alright, so this place, 2 population, they're going to get a new person in 2 more turns again, so we're going to keep that going. Public granary going to be done in 1 turn, which is fantastic. Looks like we don't have to focus on food quite that hard here anymore, so 2 turns for 1 more population. And we are at that point where as soon as I get this Teshi Zealot, I'm going to have her walk over there and finish that mission. But it'll take us 6 turns to finish the diplomatic manse. Okay, so we're going to have to really find a way to rush that. Is there any way to reduce it, and how long do I have? 5 turns, so I need to finish it like 2 turns faster, basically. Okay. I will finish that in that time, so let's see if I cannot reduce this down 1 turn. Okay, that's 1 turn. So that worked. And let's see if we cannot get this down a little bit further once we've gotten our totem, our thing reset. It should take 10 turns. Yes, pillar effect has ended. This has dropped us back up. But what we can do is drop 1 there, and that changes it back to 4 again. And then we're going to drop another 1 down here, because I think we're going to be building them there. Shoot, it's still 4 turns. Okay. Let's try negotiating with you. You guys are actually those really deadly demon things. I don't really want to even fight you guys. I'm going to back away if they try to fight me. My guys are strong or healthy enough that they can run away effectively. Okay, let's see if we can get an extra turn off of that. I can. It's quite costly, but I can. So we're going to move these guys up to deal with those gnolls that have spawned up there. And I can get this Teshi Zealot next turn, which is going to be quite good. Yeah, those gnolls are annoying. Okay, so let's rush our guys back so that we can deal with those. The Teshi Zealots cannot easily deal with them because they're ranged units, so they don't care that she's sort of cheesing with a ranged attack there. Fritza, as you can see, is gaining population much, much faster than my other city. It's got a much more food-biased start thanks to that botanical garden. Okay, our Teshi Zealot has finished. Going to go ahead and create a new army. And you guys are going to move up here. And we're going to go ahead and talk to these guys here. Okay, they're pacified. They've joined our tribe. That cost us 10 titanium, so we do actually lose that titanium. And Diplomatic Manse will be in 1 more turn. And we have got just a little bit more turn. A little bit more time. Like the most bare shred of it. But, yeah, do we need... I can take him off. I can take them both off, and I'll still research it in time, it looks like. And you guys... nope, that one has to stay there. Okay. That is perfectly acceptable. Okay, so we finished our Diplomatic Manse. If I can get somebody to agree to a peace treaty, we'll earn all of these guys here instantly without having to fight for them. Okay, we've got experience level up. We're going to go for more science. We're going to dismiss that. And what we need to do is find somebody who we know of that's willing to do peace. Now, the Draken are very likely to, because they get their victory condition tracking upwards if I get a peace treaty with them. Which is bad, but it's also, you know, temporarily quite good. They're quite likely to like that. And they have accepted our peace treaty. So we have finished that quest. That is perfect. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're still going to worry about things like militarism and stuff like that. We're going to learn Imperial coinage first, and then we're going to get the Inaka Wing, which is an excellent unit. This will proc next turn, so we just got in under the wire barely for that. Okay, and we're just going to garrison this unit here. Saves us a little bit of money. And we're going to garrison these guys over here, since actually, no, I want to explore up here. The problem is that's got those really deadly demons. And I have to settle the region first, if I recall, was what they wanted. There are 2 of them there, and there is a really great tile set over there, so... Whew, just barely made that. So that has really boosted this city to ridiculous levels, frankly. We're going to go ahead and just move people around a bit. So yeah, we can get our production down to 2 turns, it looks like. But can we get it down to 1? Yes, we can. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and get another settler so that we can move over and settle places. Useful stuff to do. The reason that we want to do that, of course, is because then we'll finish our quest. We'll have completed another part of our quest. So up here, however, we do need to think a little bit about expanding our army still, because I kind of need a good army to beat those stupid demon things, because they're jerks. They just are. They're the worst. Alright, so we've got a lot of money, however, so we can afford to outright buy this Borough Street. That will speed up all of our everything. Our production, our food, our science, by a decent amount, so it's well worth doing. That will reduce our happiness just a little bit, of course, but that is fine. What? I'm in my territory. I'm going to retreat. These guys are scary. So that damages all my units there, but that's... Oh, I did move into their territory. When did I do that? Ah, Driders. Oh no, this is a bad time for those. Now, fortunately, these things are technically a weak support unit, so I can probably beat them. But still, it's not really fun. Okay, so over here, there's these guys. Once I get this other Ateshi Zealot, that'll be a little bit easier to deal with. So we can move a lot of people off of food, it looks like. And fiddling with the Fidzi or whatever is always an annoying thing that you have to do here. Let's move everybody into that so we get that settler done very quickly. And you know what we haven't done? We haven't actually gotten ourselves one of those minor factions assimilated into our empire properly. Yeah, this is to be expected. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my guys start off way at the back and try and see... Actually, you know what? We're just going to rush them. We're going to rush them. These guys are not melee. My guys are cheap and fairly expendable, so... and it looks like I go first initiative-wise, so that's the important thing here. Okay, so you guys, I need you to attack these guys in the back there. Can I? Yes, I can. You guys, let's attack those guys there as well. You... Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Well, I took no damage, which is good. These guys will hopefully get killed. Probably not, though. It's a lot of hit points, actually. 130. But fortunately, I can prevent them from being able to do any attacks, so... Yeah, they can do their counterattack, but they can't actually attack me, because they've got a ranged cocoon debuff sort of thing. So let's go ahead and try and finish these guys off. Oh, that was weird. I didn't know they had a sweep strike back. They do, though, so that's not good. So this unit, again, is going to take a little bit more damage as well, but that's fine. Apparently it rolled a 0, so it missed. That's the disadvantage when you got those low attack units. Okay. Cutting it a little bit close with this, which is why I'm trying to build more army as fast as I can. But we are into winter, which means that I am losing a lot of resource. Now, these guys, I can't lose any food since I'm not getting any. Looks like I'm still in the positive on other resources like money, so I can continue on that way. And that Ateshi Zealot is fine. So we're in winter. It's not going to be too long since it's one of the early ones. At most, it's 9 turns, apparently. It's probably going to be more like 4, hopefully, so that should be okay. But there's very limited things that I can actually do during this season, so... I think that I might heal faster if I'm garrisoned, so we're going to try that. No, not enough movement left to garrison. And at any rate, I pay less upkeep on these guys when they are garrisoned, so they can't do anything when they're out there. Okay, so let's have you guys in there. And as we see, our money is actually pretty much exactly the same, despite the fact that we ran out of some of the other effects here, including wine, which was keeping us at fervent. We're now down to content, which is quite a bit worse. But you know what? We can go ahead and build our sewer system after this Ateshi Zealot. So that is perfectly fine. That will bring us back up quite a bit. And then we'll have Anaka wings pretty soon as well, so... Okay, it's not summer yet. I'm surprised. This might go the whole mile. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and deploy this army, and we're going to have them join up with the army down south. It's time for another plan. Unfortunately, we've got 2 cities now, and we've been spending quite a lot, so we're just going to go for the plus gold, which is going to drop our science by a little bit, but we've got such fast science anyway right now that I don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, still winter. Our pillars have ended. We only really need 1 right now, so we're going to go ahead and just put down 1, and this will save us some money. But once we've gotten the settler ready, as well as these Telsum Warlocks healed back up, and these Ateshi Zealots down here, we should be able to quite easily begin taking out the demon armies. The Ateshi Zealots are really good against them because they can kite them. Demons have a movement of value of 2, so they're quite slow. And I keep forgetting to go check this thing. Okay, so what we've got are Keratins. They increase our defense, which is actually really good. We're going to go ahead and assimilate them. Fortunately, it's a bonus that hasn't really taken effect yet. We're going to go ahead and activate the stockpile. We've got quite a few more buildings, and I kind of could do with the extra income right now. Okay. We should be getting gold income pretty soon as well, since we've just got our open pit mine just about finished. Alright, summer, that's fantastic. And what we can do is start building troops again. I don't really want to build a Drider. I do want to build another Ateshi Zealot. I do also want to build another Telsum Warlock, honestly, but I also want to build this public granary. We're probably going to have to get money for one of those 2 things, but it's not too bad. Let's get these Telsum Warlocks and the Settler Army. And what we can do is lead with the Ateshi Zealots, since we know that there are demons in that region, and have them sort of be kiting while our other guys move in to reinforce. Okay, so let's end turn here. Now, I don't have anywhere in particular that I had set in stone for where I'd build here, but I'm thinking over here has some really amazing tiles right by it, so we're going to probably go for around there. It's a long trek through fairly dangerous territory, but, you know, whatever. We're going to send these guys this way. And this will probably finish off the first part of this quest as well. Titanium there, that's fine. I would like a spot that had some glass steel, honestly. But we can make do. And this spot actually does have glass steel as well, what am I saying? Does it have any luxury goods? Doesn't seem like it. Oh well. Can't always get everything, that would just be greedy. Okay, so if we're lucky, the demon army that is roaming around this region is not still here. But knowing my luck, I should still be careful. Okay, so this is a pretty decent spot. Yeah, this is a really interesting start spot. I think I like it. So if we go here, we gain access to quite a lot, and we've got a pretty decent expansion site, so we can build towards those rumbling stones pretty easily. Okay. We'll go ahead and get the Empire Mint here. We do need to start working on sewers because, again, we have got the problem of constant... Is this the right region? No, what was it? Oh, this is the one where I needed a bunch of minor faction units. Well, I can actually build the Drider now. It's only 114 for its production value, so it is pretty cheap, but the Ateshi Zealot is just so much better. Well, we can actually go ahead and just fight these things. I'm going to probably do that given the circumstances. Looks like something has actually killed off all the roaming ones, so that makes our lives a little bit easier, in all honesty. Got the Anaka Wing, that's fine. Oh, there they are. Okay, we have to fight this one manually. I knew that they're still around. So the interesting thing about this fight is that these demons have a movement value of 2, so they will move to this tile over here. My guys have a range of 2 and have the slow debuff when they hit you, so I can actually just kite these guys quite a good amount for pretty large amount of damage. Of course, once these guys show up as well, I can just have them sort of retreat back. And you guys, I can just have firing, holding position, rather. And if anyone shows up in range, you can hit them. So as you can see, these guys will fly up, but they've only got 2 movements, so they're now in range of me. And I'm able to go ahead and shoot at them, dealing 33 damage and reducing their move speed. Now, move speed in this game is how far you move. So, with the move speed debuff on this guy up front, he can only move 1 tile. I messed up my deployment, so this unit is going to actually get hit. But you know what? I think that'll be okay. The chain lightning is going to suck into the formation that I've given my guys here. But this one up front is actually going to get killed. I am going to lose an Ateshi Zealot, I suspect. Oh, that sucks. Now, what might happen is I can gum up this one up back. But, oh, it survives with 2 hit points, really? Thanks, game. Okay, this militia might actually kill it, which would be hilarious. Wow. That's pretty great. Okay, so this demon is actually going to be able to wipe out this Ateshi Zealot unit. Yeah, and it does focus fire down. It's pretty intelligent as far as that goes. But you know what? That's not actually that expensive a unit to replace, so this isn't too bad a situation. It is kind of annoying since it's like my elite unit, but oh well. You do lose some units, so we're just going to have to crank out more. And this is what you get when you don't pay attention to your spacing properly. You just miscount something by accident. Alright, well, that's still that. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try and just attack this further out one. Because if I do so, I'll have a chance to bribe it. The other remaining one, sorry. Which basically is a real time saver, is bribing. Okay, so that's fine. We don't want you guys working on money, we want you working on population. And that should be okay. Over here, it looks like we've got 1 Ateshi Zealot, but we could always do with more, certainly. And we do want our sewer systems being built. So let's look here. We've got Anaka Wings available. We don't really want those yet. We can't really make 6 armies because we're barely even getting our armies done. So we're going to build the market next. We're going to want one of those relatively soon, I think. Or at least that's my intuition on the matter, because I'm going to be having trouble with happiness in a little bit. Alright, so this place, pretty decent spot. Let's hope that it keeps that way. Okay. We can probably go ahead and increase our population here just a little bit faster. Alright. Looks like I just finished that titanium extractor. Okay. Empty construction slots yet again. Still got those little guys, punks, running around our territory, but that's fine. Can ignore them for the most part. Now, I need glass steel for the titanium extract. Ah, crap, really? These guys just spawned another army, like, right here. I'm gonna go over here and deal with this first. Oh, I actually can parley with them. Okay, I actually can bribe them, though, so we're going to go ahead and do that. That leaves the quest open. That's interesting. Right, production in our city over here. I do want borough streets pretty soon. If I build up here, I think we're going to get the best bang for our bucks, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, at this point, let's see. How big a difference does that make? Not much. You can keep that as it was. This place is going to have a big population explosion once that granary gets finished, so I'm going to rush the granary. 5 turns, and it means that our population is pretty much not growing right now. In fact, it is not growing at all right now, but once that granary gets done in 5 turns, rather than in however many turns... Actually, it was a big difference in food production, wasn't it? Apparently that makes a huge difference, but... Yeah, these numbers are kind of ridiculous, but let's go ahead and do it this way. Okay, so Dells is actually probably going to get besieged by demons, but you know what? That's fine. I am okay with that. Okay, we've got some Moonleaf, which is entirely irrelevant. We need to build a new city. What I actually do for this situation, instead of building a new city, is I'm going to go into Dells. I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to rebuild it. And I'm just going to have some pillars around it. The first thing I need to do, though, is figure out when my pillar expires. I hate trying to figure out, like, there's probably a button that actually does this more relevantly, or more evenly, but... As it is, I do not know how to figure out how long these are going to have in duration. Consistently. It's like right here, it's right in focus, and you can hover over them theoretically to get that information, but yeah, I'm just going to have to wait till that ticks down. I'm going to go bribe these guys in the meantime. I'm actually going to move all of you guys over to money, just because that way we're not wasting as much resources. And yeah, raising and then replanting this city is an effective and efficient way to do this without overextending your empire too much. If you happen to be into that sort of thing. Oh, we're getting attacked by demons. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and fight this one out again. These demons are probably one of the toughest monster camps that you can face in this game. We're going to go ahead and just run away again. I'm going to try and remember my spacing properly, so it'll move forward too. So I need to be all the way back here with this. Oh, man. Why are you guys... Okay, so... He'll move up forward too. I'll be 2 spaces away. Everybody else looks like they're well enough out of the way. So that is fine. We're going to hit ready. And we're just going to put everybody on fire when you can see the whites of their eyes. Okay, there we go. That should put him just in range of my Ateshi Zealot, who should be able to bombard him, reduce his movement speed by 1, and then move back next turn by 1 after they've advanced forward a little bit. Of course, with damage like that, and with the militia running in, I don't actually care if the militia dies, though. Well, that's an interesting thing. Okay, so we're going to move... we'll move to there. I can move to here and still be in range if he stays there. And then we're just going to... We're actually going to bum rush this guy because I kind of don't want to deal with the fact that I cannot actually do anything here. Okay, good. So he did attack those guys. Let's see where this guy's going. Oh, he went the way I was hoping he was not going to go. I was hoping he'd go the other direction. So my other Ateshi Zealot's probably going to get killed in this fight. Fantastic. Unless we can focus fire down this guy fast enough. But I don't think we can. Oh, those guys don't move very far through those woods. Shoot. Okay, we've only got 1 attack left, and it's probably not going to do 62 points of damage. Now, the good thing here is that they are probably going to focus the militia first. Because they want to make sure that it's going to take that... Oh, no, they didn't. They went for the... Telsum Warlocks for some reason. That's strange. And they're going for the Telsum Warlocks again. Okay, so we have a chance to not lose anyone here. Except maybe our militia, but who cares what happens to them. Okay, so... Oh, shoot. Those guys were on defensive. Okay, so we are going to lose one of our Ateshi Zealots, or Telsum Warlocks. But let's go ahead and just have everybody attack this guy. Alright, so, yeah, they're severely battered. They're going to die in one hit, but that's fine. Let's Telsum Warlocks. They're a little bit more expendable than the Ateshi Zealots. And I should be able to finish it off this turn, so that's fine. And again, I don't mind the militia dying. They respawn, I think, for free, so... It is a real drain on my economy, though, having to rebuild units, so I need to be a bit more careful with how I'm managing these. It's just that these demons are probably still the scariest things in the friggin' game. What the heck is going on up here? Oh, that's still... I still have to do that quest. Shoot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just bribe this other one. And that means that we failed that one because, you know, we did that instead. I don't really care. That's you know, a much easier way of doing it because the thing that they were asking me to do was going to take way too long. Alright. Just a little bit longer and we've got ourselves our granary up there. And we've almost got our burrow streets over here, so let's take a look at sort of what we might want in production elsewhere. Pillar effects have ended. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can deconstruct the city. Let's just go into here and salting earth. That will change it so that this place is destroying the city instead, and we can cancel that. I don't really care. We're just using that for money for a little while. And this will get us a settler back. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 science in here. So our starting science will be 7. So we only need 1 pillar, so we can put another one over by our capital. That would be fine. So we'll put one there. And we'll go ahead and put our other pillar over here. And this will be our actual one for real science. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and drop you back down. That will complete that quest. We've now gotten the free research of exotic allies. These guys have 3 populations still technically, but that's sort of cheating that. But looks like I could not get enough science right now, so we'll have to wait until we get a little bit more population or a little bit more science going. One of the two. Looks like I can build a little bit over to here, and that would earn me a little bit more, and that would probably be enough. So, we'll have to see how we do this. In any event, let's get our army back up here. I could actually explore up there with something, but I don't really particularly feel like I need to. We can't reactivate the gold booster, despite the fact that we've got it being mined now, so we should be getting a little bit of a stream of that coming in. So, let's hopefully... Yeah, we're getting 2 a turn, so that'll start ticking in pretty quickly. It'd be nice if that actually gave income, even though we don't have a city tile over it, but that's fine. Okay, and we're going to have this public granary be finished no matter what. So, even if we were to assign everybody to the food... It should finish. Actually, no, it didn't. That's usually how that works when it says you can buy it, but apparently that's not the case here. Okay, so food production in Nidortara is probably quite a lot better now. We are seeing pretty substantial increases in food production, which is good. So let's go back to raising up our burrow streets level a little bit. I do think I want to actually build this city tile here now. Yeah, I'm going to do that next. Let's go ahead and do it. That'll take us 10 turns. That's fine. Actually, you know what we also need to do is focus on our happiness. This place is at content, which is pretty bad. It has no effects, but we do want to increase our happiness overall. So let's go ahead and build a sewer system down here. We'll have the central markets available next turn, and we'll switch over our priorities in the capital to that then. Oops, I want to actually go ahead and make sure that I'm getting glass steel first, and then that here. So let's go ahead and do it like that. 1 turn, would that be 1 turn regardless of production? Looks like it. Looks close. Okay, so that will reduce our time building there quite a bit, so it's helpful. I feel quite happy about having bribed these Kazanji instead of having to do them. Now, you can now recruit them as units. The problem with them is that they're ridiculously expensive. Like, they're a bit too expensive to actually produce yourself. So sometimes it is just worth not worrying about it. Oh yeah, we can't do that until we get a little bit of our production of glass steel coming in. Bit of a pain, but that is okay. Now we have to start focusing on our army more and more and more, just because that's the way this game is. Let's get meritocratic promotion. Now our science feels like it's slipping behind, so I also want to get this alchemy workshop, but we'll have to see. Always try and do my research sort of one at a time until I've got a real clear path available to me. Alright, let's just get in here and try and kill and root out those guys that were wandering around there. Okay, now I think we might be able to reactivate gold. Yes, we can. Came in actually just at the right time. So that's going to pretty dramatically increase our income, since that dropped our costs by quite a bit. Alright. So, this place still probably does not have the means to really effectively get above 30. Actually, I'll need to do this for 1 turn, so let's go ahead and do that. And that should complete that quest. Okay, sewer system, blah blah blah. Trail gone cold, we've gotten that finished. Okay, and these guys have decided to fight, which is good, because they're tremendously weak, and something I can actually take out for once, without having to worry too much about... Oh wow, what is with that? Can I even get up there? I don't think I can even get up there. You know, I'm just gonna let them come to me. Oops. Like, I can't figure out... I think you can path up this narrow passage over there. And I think that is about it. So let's go ahead and ready up here. And just have everybody on defensive. They're attacking me. It counts as a win if they have to come down here and do whatever. Oh, there's another little pass over here. Okay. It's a very tiny pass, but whatever. Gonna let these guys continue their trek down here. And this is phase 2 out of 6. Since the range is so short, we should be able to do okay here. Okay, so we're going to want to go ahead and just attack these guys with these 2 units. This unit is only going to stumble forward 1 more tile because it can't actually move that quickly through the woods, so we're going to let things go as they are. Still going to be out of range for a little bit longer. This guy's finally in range, so he's probably going to shoot at my hero unit, and that's fine. Or my Ateshi Zealots here. You know, I probably actually should have moved my Ateshi Zealots just so that the second unit can't go in and attack it, but, or I should have actually moved in to attack with these guys. The problem with these units is that they're quite fragile, so... we'll have to see. We're probably going to lose a unit here again. I'm just getting sloppy as far as that goes. These guys should never take away units. Although that first one did do way more than normal damage, so I must have gotten criticaled. And this guy's just able to, like, counterattack everybody. So shoot, counter, counter. It's kind of ridiculous, but... what can you do? Alright, well, we lost both of our Ateshi Zealots. That's fine. We'll be able to manage despite that. The one nice thing is that we have reduced income penalties for a little while. That's a positive, right? I think so. Alright, so down here, we can continue on with our Borough Street, so we can start producing units as replacements for all these units I'm losing like a moron. But that's something to consider. Down here, we've completed that, so we no longer need anything in science. That's just entirely unnecessary. So, anyway, I think that this is a good stopping point. We've gotten quite far into the game. I feel pretty stable with these 3 cities that I've got here. My population growth is going pretty well, especially in Fritta, which has, like, nothing in growth and is just growing explosively regardless. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice feeling. So, anyway, I hope you found this episode enjoyable. And, of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.